Hey y'all, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today my video is gonna be on, well, let me start from the beginning because I'm gonna kind of say my thought, but it's gonna kind of be weird because you're like, is this a New Year's resolution? What are we doing here? So everybody in January does their New Year's resolution video, and I'm the type of person prior to me getting sick was real big on New Year's resolution. I'm gonna not eat a single carb. I'm gonna lose weight this year. I'm gonna lose 10 pounds. I'm gonna lose 20 pounds. I'm gonna exercise every day. I would always set up these really strict goals for myself, and I would do really well sometimes, and sometimes I wouldn't. But I remember every January it was just rigorous, strict bullshit of and this is not knocking anybody who does New Year's resolutions or whatever, because I was that girl. Like, I was that person that was like, you know, did a calendar and write down all my goals. We're gonna budget, we're gonna pay off this bill, we're gonna do all these things, we're gonna go on a family trip. Like, I would list things and make meal plans and all that stuff. I still do meal plans and stuff. That's, well, I guess maybe that's where it comes from, but anyway, yeah, so, but after my diagnosis and after getting really sick, and I don't like to always go back to it and bring it up all the time, but this is the whole catalyst that changed my life was when I got really sick and I was basically dying, and I came back to health, thank God, like, and everything went well. My whole life shifted and my whole perspective on everything shifted, and priorities and things that I thought were, I couldn't never stop focusing on before, like my weight and how I looked and stuff like that, that was always a priority in my life. It all shifted, and I realized in that moment that when you're about to die, no one gives a shit if you're like 20 pounds overweight or 15 pounds overweight, or if you looked fat in that one picture, because you're dead. You know what I mean? So it's like coming back to health, all of those perspectives were just washed over me, I guess is the way to say it. And so now I just have a totally different way of looking at the new year, you know? So I wanted to make this video before the end of January, because January is the first month in the year, of course, and it's not a New Year's resolution video, but it's what I want to focus my year on, with a little bit more intention. That's the best way to say it, because it's not even focus, because I don't really focus on like a lot of things that used to make me upset before. I don't know how to explain it. It's just really weird. I'll try to get into that in a different video, but like this one is about mainly my main, you know, what I want to do this year. And the first one is, and I'm sorry to sound so brash, because this might sound really, really brash and really, really blunt, and a lot of people that aren't of the mentality that I am are like, don't talk so aggressive, you sound so rude, it comes off very harsh. And it's true, but my first like thing that I want to do is stay alive this year. So that's like really hard for somebody like us that's dealing with really, really serious conditions, you know, people that are very, very, very severe diabetics. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, I take a pill. I'm talking about people that are on dialysis and stuff like that, that have a port like I do, that understand how severe it is to get sick, how a line infection or pneumonia. I've had a bout with pneumonia before, and that's another video, but how that can really like just take us out, you know, and making sure you're staying on top of your medicines and not, oh, I didn't get my medicine this week and I'll just get it in another week. Like, that is not something that PHers can do. I mean, if you aren't as severe that that's something that, you know, you can do, I mean, I don't understand. So I'm talking about myself, you know.
So yeah, staying alive this year, seeing another year is just gonna be a gift. Sorry, I just ate lunch and I'm like kind of burpy. It's gonna be a gift. It's gonna be so exciting to see my kids grow another year and their accomplishments and everything that they're learning to do now, and they're just so enjoyable, and I just love my life the way it is, and I'm so happy and blessed that everything with my health has been going well so far, and always keeping my positive perspective on my health is super important. So keeping myself alive, keeping myself medicated the way I'm supposed to be so that my pulmonary levels will stay in a good space is something that is one of my main goals and perspective, and you know, things I want to do this year, and I do every year. It's just one of my number ones all the time. Number two is watching my diet. So like I said in other videos before, I always you're gonna kind of always catch me on a ketogenic diet, which is coming derivative from the Atkins diet, because I've always followed the Atkins diet since I was a young person. I had my first child super young and I lost weight, all the baby weight from her, using the Atkins diet. My second child, I lost 56 pounds with him using the Atkins diet, and so now that's turned into the keto diet, and everybody's like, keto for life, blah blah blah. And so I say keto because it's more familiar, but I'm like old school Atkins forever. And so I'm always watching what I eat and stuff like that. But lately, in the last half of the year, I've allowed myself to have a little bit more sodium than I should, and I'm just like admitting that on camera to everybody, and it's kind of something you don't want to talk about it because you're like, ugh, like nobody wants to admit that they're effing up their own like health journey or whatever. And it's not something like I don't want to say that because that's the wrong thing to say. I was gonna say it's not something so serious, but like, yes girl, it's serious. Like, what are you thinking? It is serious, and I do, compared to a normal person, eat way less sodium than the average person, because I cook with way less sodium than the average person. But for a PHer, I cook with way too much sodium. Do you know what I'm saying? So my salt intake is something that I really need to bring down, and I really need to like ring that shit in, girl, because like you're out in left field living your best life, and that's not okay. So like salt is my focus, cutting that down, and it's really easy for me to do. I don't really have problems doing it. It's just that I've been doing a lot of family cooking, and I love to express love through cooking, and making my spaghetti taste the best is like, oh my god mom, you're the best, this is the best spaghetti. And it's like, yeah, because there's salt in it, you know. So now having to like make my little portion separate and make theirs, you know, separate, I'm gonna have to just put more effort into that, and that's it's a drag. But you know, this year I really want to do that, and so I'm gonna start, you know, I've already kind of started, but like really start to like cut down the salt on everything that I try to eat and stuff like that. But I will have my pickles once a week. I try to have pickles. I love pickles. Me and my husband, different kinds of pickles. It's a wonderful snack. It's keto. It's something like after dinner when you're like, I want a snack, and it's like, oh, we eat like a pickle or like different pickles with. So it's like, I can't eat them every day. I don't eat them every day. I eat them like once, maybe twice a week if I'm like being like, just a horrible person with myself. But yeah, I need to like cut that shit out too. Okay, once a week, whatever. But anyway, I am on Lasix. If anybody wants to know, I am on Lasix, 20 milligrams a day. So yes, I do take Lasix. I watch my weight every day to make sure and monitor sodium and stuff like that. So don't do that if you're not watching your weight or whatever. Talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. What else I wrote down right here? Oh, cooking different meals. Yeah, cooking different meals is another fun one I kind of threw in there because you know, you kind of get stuck on your little schedule and what you do, and oh, it's chicken with vegetables. And for me, I don't eat the like carbs or anything while I have dinners and stuff at home. What I do is I make like the chicken, and I make like the broccoli, and what I do is I have 2 small kids. They're 10 and 11. I mean 12, 11 and 12, sorry, whatever. And so I buy like the personal size portion of macaroni, personal size portion of mashed potatoes, and that's what I cook with for them. So that'll be their carb. Or like the personal size portion of rice, like that's what I make. So I'll make the vegetables real big for us with a protein source, and then whatever, you know, personal size carb they pick, they make on their own in the microwave, and we sit down and we eat, and that's kind of how I have my meals. But I want to start making different meals. Like, for example, one I've kind of been wanting to try is the chicken with like a peanut sauce. It's like I don't know, it's like, I think it's like Thai, but I was thinking if I could, you know, make some kind of chicken protein with like a peanut sauce and a vegetable, and that like the kids can have like some steamed rice or something. I think that would be fun to like throw into the mix with our family meals and stuff. So I'm just scared. I'm scared to like make meals that I've never made before, because first of all, I don't know how they're gonna come out. And second, I just don't like buying stuff at the grocery store, making it turns out horrible. You spend all that money, all that effort, it tastes like crap, and you end up buying everybody pizza and eating a cheap ass salad. And it's just like, oh, it's the worst, and I hate it. And like, I know, I say it all the time, you can't learn how to do something right unless you do something wrong, but it's just not fun, and it's kind of expensive, so it's like, ugh. But yeah, learning to make different meals is kind of different stuff, like Chinese food. I don't know, that sounds really hard, but anyway, whatever. Oh, number 4 is, I have them written down here, so that's why I look down, sorry. Exercising. Lately, since all this whole port issue has been going on, I haven't been doing my regular exercising. I used to do my regular exercising every day. I would be on my treadmill and doing I actually would get up to 30-minute walk. Well, at one point, it was like 6 minutes to 10 minutes every single day for sure. But I was like up to 30 minutes some days, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and that was my exercise every single day. And then when the first port issue happened, it was like when the repair gave way, it was just all shit this year. I had a shitty year. And repairing that and healing from that, and then going back to exercising, and then that rejection happened, and so now I have a new port, and healing from this, and healing from like my gut bacteria. And so last year and coming into this year, even coming into this January, that's why this video is so late, it's been really rough for me, and I have to acknowledge that, take it in, and be accepting that my body is human. I'm not a fucking superhero. Sorry. Oh my God, sorry. I'm not a superhero, and my body doesn't just like regenerate as fast as possible. And I tend to get down on myself. I tend to I feel bad about myself some days, and I'm like, you're not exercising the way you should. You should be exercising already. And I put a lot of pressure on myself to get my physical health back up to the way it was before, and I can't do that to myself. It's something that I know I can't do to myself, but I still kind of secretly do it to myself. But now that the healing from this new port is doing well, I'm feeling stronger, I'm able to eat like better, everything is going in the right direction. I feel stronger to be able to do my exercises every day. And so focusing on my exercise is something else that I need to make a priority in this year as I feel better. So anyway, and my last one that I wrote for my yearly, oh sorry, I'm burping. The last one I wrote for my yearly goal is my sleep pattern. Oh my gosh. In my other videos, I talk about my insomnia and how it's freaking crazy. Like, it's crazy. There's nights I don't sleep at all. until the next day and go to sleep. There's nights where I sleep 2 hours, 4 hours, wake up. And all of that really happened when I started taking my pH meds. My pH meds affect me in a negative way with my sleep patterns. I literally have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, stay awake all day to be able to go to bed, probably at 11. My body wants to go to sleep. But if I deviate from that at all, meaning like I have company over and we're hanging out and I want to stay up late and I push my body and I stay awake late, it's all trash. It's all garbage. Like I will sleep then way late the next day and it's just bad. And sometimes, you know, if I take a shower and try to fix my hair and do my makeup and then I go to dinner and then I come back and I like push my body a lot, like a specific day, then the next morning I'm sleeping all morning long. And so it's so horrible having this disease because we have no control over how much energy we have on a daily basis. It's not something that we can like gauge on a regular basis to where we can learn the body and know it. I can't express that enough to family and friends. It's very much like on a day-to-day thing. I'm on a really high dose of the medication, so some days my body gets really bad pains, sharp body aches, pains, and I'm just like, oh, I can't take it, and I'm like sitting on a heating pad and putting it on my legs and putting it on my arms, and so it's those days that I can't even think of doing anything, you know. But then I have a few good days where it's like 2 or 3 good days where you're feeling fine and everything's normal and you're waking up at 5:30, going to sleep at a normal time, waking up at 5:30 and going to sleep at a normal time. Then you'll have your day where you're doing everything the same and your brain is just like, hey, you know what, nope, we're not going to do that today and we're just going to stay awake. And it's just difficult. So as much as I can help the sleep pattern situation, I'm gonna try to focus on doing that, keeping that, I don't know, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So that is pretty much what I wanted to talk about today in this video. Those are my year long things that I'm gonna focus on and be proud of and do my best at, and I'm gonna have some shitty days that I mess up, and I'm gonna have some good days, and I'm gonna focus on the good days and ignore the shitty days. So, thank you for watching my video today. I'm your PH friend from Texas, and I will see you on the next video. So, bye!